Alright, what's going on, everybody? TheAireaidLord, or Chris, Jack, and P-Dog. Jack, you need an alias name, because P-Dog and I have our names.
Well, like
but
Jack Attack or something?
Oh god.
Crazy Gamer, one of your many gamer tags on PlayStation or Xbox or whatever. We'll see, maybe.
We could go with something.
Yeah. So this is the episode 2 review. This episode is called Mijo. I'm going to say it like the abuela in the episode last night.
Mijo.
Yeah. So this episode, oh my god, this was...
Now that we know everything.
Yes, and I just want to confirm we watched this from start to finish. We saw the credits. We're good on this. So we're not having that issue anymore. We know everything that happened. So this is not a 3/4.
The full 100% episode 2.
Yes, this is not a
Start to
3.
finish, the first frame to the last frame.
We didn't have an
This is not a 3.
epiphany during the review.
This is not a 3/4 review. Okay, just to confirm. All right, so the episode begins just like the last one ended. It's kind of funny because you don't know the fate of the two skateboarders until like a little after. I thought they were dead. I
thought they were dead.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, knowing Tuco,
I was like, yeah, no, that's not salsa.
I'm cleaning the salsa off the rug, Grandma. Just remember to use the club soda.
Yeah, how many scenes were there? There were like 3 scenes where she kept trying.
Oh my
to...
god, I felt bad for her because that actor must have had to walk up and down those stairs like 100 times for that scene, like shooting it and reshooting it. Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, that
Up
was
and
just...
down the stairs, Grandma goes.
And it was funny because Tuco was just acting when the guys just kept demanding money. Like, Tuco was like, go upstairs, and like, you know he was gonna do something, and he takes the walker and just like hits him over the head.
Just boom, boom.
Oh, they were just asking for punishment whenever they were saying, like,
Oh
you know,
God.
what are you gonna do about it, huh? You know,
Biznitch? You call my grandma Biznitch?
like, oh, this is not gonna... Like, if they knew who they were messing with, you know...
Oh god, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, they would have shit their pants.
Yeah, definitely. So then what happens after that? So then basically Saul's
Saul
dragged in.
He's
pointed at gunpoint. He's obviously completely shitting his pants, trying to negotiate.
That was a hand cannon. That pistol was like fucking...
That was Rick Grimes. That was a Rick Grimes
That was
weapon.
bigger than Rick Grimes' gun. That thing was a fucking like nuclear missile. It's like, I didn't ask for the nuclear option.
It was a freaking revolver or something. Yeah.
Although another great line from Saul came from that scene where he's like, I'm not sure if this is a situation where I can or cannot look you in the eye.
Yeah.
Like, while he's got a gun pointed at him from flipping Tuco, it was mad.
Yeah, and then it's funny because Tuco actually called him out on... He's like, you got
quite a mouth on you.
And you know, the thing is, when he said that, I was like, does Tuco want him to work for him and be like his lawyer? Because I didn't know if Tuco was like, oh wow, this guy's good with his words, maybe he can defend me. Because I didn't know what direction the conversation was going. But then obviously he's just worried that they're going on his the crack dealership or their drug business. So obviously he was just worried.
I want to ask you guys this. Whenever he was on the phone, I think this is just before or after Saul came in. He was on the phone and he said, "Yo, come down here. I got on this situation." Who do you think he was on the other line of that phone?
The new character who Voss from I don't know
definition of insanity.
Far Cry. Yes, this is the infamous game where this is a flashback to 2012. I don't think Jack knows this is where Pete crashed our fucking Far Cry 3 co-op game. Where
that was a brilliant video.
Yeah, that was brilliant. That was an amazing video.
Well, yeah. So Voss is also joined the cast. I think Voss will be a very interesting character in this. It seems like he's not going to be a recurring character.
Yes.
Because he came back, he came into Saul's office.
Yeah, it's interesting because he's working for Tuco, but he's kind of on the side also. Like, obviously you saw when he came into Saul's office, like, yo, I stood up for you. Like, you would be dead right now if it wasn't for me. So
yeah. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This character was not in Breaking Bad. I don't know,
and that's what I'm worried about. I'm wondering what's going to happen to this character, considering we don't see him.
Yeah, considering he's at opposite ends of Tuco, like. That's never a good place to be.
Yeah, exactly. So my suspicion, I mean, it's kind of likely that he'll die, or maybe
at least go off on his own, because like he's already looking to branch out with Saul for this, looking for the money.
Yeah, and it's funny because it's funny how Tuco didn't believe Saul no matter... Like, he was set... Like, I mean, obviously, you know how from the original Breaking Bad, how kind of one-track minded Tuco is, and
he's just crazy about pain and torture.
And then it was funny, because Saul's like, oh, yeah, I'm Jeffrey Steele, or some fucking...
I'm an FBI agent. Jeffrey Steele.
Although, the funny thing is, Tuco bought it. He was like, I'm the king, baby!
Yeah. Well, he just said what he wanted to hear, which is what Saul's good at. He could interpret... the situation and get himself out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, can we
But
talk
that was my favorite scene. That like 5-minute conversation where they were just Saul and Tuco were just going back and forth, and he was like whittling him down, and like the punishment that he was doing. Oh my god, that was the funniest fucking thing.
Saul was saying stuff like, "Hey, you can break their legs, you know, the skateboarders. How about you do that?" And he was like,
"Colombian necktie, cut their throats and pull out their tongue."
And then Saul's just standing there like, or you could maybe give a sprained ankle.
Maybe give him a sprained ankle.
That was just the thing is it set the stage. It was a couple of things. Obviously, it was a hilarious exchange. I mean, you're negotiating you're negotiating with a psychopath on how like small or large the pain should be for somebody that you were like once working with. The second thing is it establishes Saul as kind of like the masterful lawyer that he obviously becomes because. The thing is,
he's talking about Tuco. He was basically talking about Tuco's mother. Like he made that up about the two kids. How about their mother cleaning floors for rich people? That's what Tuco's mom does. So like he was playing that card so he would feel like a connection to them.
Yeah,
and that's basically why he didn't kill them.
Yeah, he's got great like ethics and kind of like those skills that you need to become a lawyer. And it was cool because when the episode after that conflict ended, you saw Saul. He went back to the courthouse and he took like there was the scene where he went through all these cases, like case after case
after
doing
case. Public defendant work.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a cool scene because it showed him because it's
badass montage that their thing like the coffee cups, the fact that the repetition of the coffee cups, the repetition of Mike the troll of
the troll.
Oh my god! And then I like the scene where the last scene where he looks at the ticket, then he hands it back to him. He's like, "Yeah." Oh my god, that was pretty funny. Now I was thinking that Mike had something because Mike does have a connection to Tuco, like through people, obviously, because his boss is technically involved with the cartel, which is Tuco's kind of group. So
yeah, but it's up to end, aren't they? Like the enemies of the cartel, though.
Gus Fring had like a neutrality, like they were on neutral terms. He wanted revenge in Breaking Bad, but that wasn't apparent until he went below the border with Jesse and Mike, and then he killed them all.
He was originally part of them.
Yeah. Originally he tried to make a deal with them until shit went bad, but what was I just gonna say?
Yeah, well, that was the whole montage. Oh yeah. Well, the twins kind of went back into the hospital with just broken legs, and they had that exchange where they were like, "You're the worst lawyer ever," and then Saul says, "What was it? I just got you from a guard."
He's like, "I'm the best."
Yeah, and he's like, "I'm the best lawyer ever."
But that was almost like an egotistical moment. It was almost like a revelation for himself. He's like, "Wait, I'm the best lawyer." Like it's almost like he just found out, "Whoa, I was able to do that. I'm like the greatest lawyer." And almost gave him.
Well, it's the same with Walter White. Like whenever he first met Tuco, he constructed that bomb that was made from the drug. Right. And he came out with all the money, and he was in this car, and he just started punching the steering wheel, like, I'm so good, So it's the same thing with Saul. Like, he ended up, bigging himself up because he survived the exchange with Tuco.
Now,
then we had the fantasy bars.
Oh my god, that was
staring at the
hysterical. Break breadsticks. That's all he did. Oh, he just sat there and just he just kept.
I couldn't figure out what the hell why that was freaking him out, and then I'm like, oh wait, he just saw the two guys' legs get broken right in front of him, snap. So like the breadsticks snapping were like the legs. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, and then it was just after that scene that we had another really creepy exchange with Chuck, who, by the way, I can now confirm is indeed Jimmy McGill's brother.
Oh, his brother.
Yeah, it's confirmed. Yeah, it's confirmed now.
Did anyone think that Saul's phone got run over by a lawnmower? Because I heard it in the background, and when he threw it out on the lawn, and I thought for a second, I was like, did his phone? Because I heard the lawnmower, I'm like, is that setting up because he threw it in the grass? This is a scene where he just chucks it, and he had that. What the fuck is it with him and technology? He had that blanket. He's
obviously he's freaked out. I mean, he's got like some kind of mental disorder.
Yeah, like I think I can attribute it to two things. It's either like he's got some sort of phobia of electronics or like paranoid, or maybe like he got struck by lightning or something, and now he's like scared of everything electrical. Like maybe something like that there. Like, but it'll be interesting because obviously you're gonna see how it ties in, because it seems like all these side characters are starting to get some development, which. Thank goodness, because that was one of my criticisms of the last episode. I didn't think there were enough side characters. Now we're starting to see who's going to be relevant, who's not, so... True,
but in all honesty, it's kind of hard to have all of that established by episode 1. I think, honestly, episode 1 set the scene, and it did a really good job at that. That was why I gave it its score last time. But setting the scene, establishing the characters, and now as the episodes go on, you obviously get more of, what you wanted kind of thing. So,
Yeah, depending on what happens after Chuck... Is it after the truck scene that is in the office and then the boss comes back?
Well, yeah, it's Saul kind of discusses, well, I've got a medical bill, like he's kind of strapped for money, and then there's the scene where he does his court cases, which again it's good because it ties in the fact that he needs money, but it also brings it that this is as a result of his good lawyer skills, and then we have the scene where he's in his office. It's kind of funny because he just wanted like a moment. It was funny. He had that moment.
Yeah, he rolled out his bed.
The roll-out bed. He pushed everything, and he kind of was all set. And as soon as he lays down, the woman's like, "Oh, visitor for you." And
visitor. He got all excited, and then what do you know? It's one of the fucking gangsters.
And you're like, "Oh no." Back.
So now we'll discuss this last part, which we obviously weren't able to do last time, thanks AMC. But this last exchange where I'm just gonna call him Voss. I forget his name, so
yeah, I'm not sure if we can give him a name in that episode. I'm not too sure. We'll probably have it for the next week.
I don't know. I'm just calling him Voss. And again, for people who don't know what Far Cry is, the villain of Far Cry 3, the actor who plays this character in Better Call Saul plays the villain from Far Cry 3, and he's a very notable villain, so that's why I'm calling him Voss. But anyway, so he tries to talk Saul into doing the original plan, Saul's plan of ripping off that really rich guy.
Saul's like, I'm not a bad guy, I'm not a criminal, I'm a lawyer, and he just looks at him and is like, yeah, right.
And it's funny but this guy seems logical, unlike Tuco who's psychotic. Like, it seems like this guy was really logical. He's like, wow, you're a really good lawyer, you really did, like, he kind of pieced everything together, and he's like, oh shit.
He's probably the brains of the operation, where Tuco's more of the muscle and spontaneous action.
I'm surprised we didn't see Crazy 8 or the two people that Walt first kills in Breaking Bad. Remember? Crazy 8. Yeah.
Well, the big guy who had to bury the body that flipping Tuco pummeled to death, he was there. I remember he was like the big guy with like the mustache.
Yeah.
He was in the background. I think the guy that maybe got pummeled to death was also there. Maybe.
There was a scene. No, wait. I think there was an implication. There was a subtle reference to that.
Where the guy like spoke out of turn and then.
Yeah. He speaks out of turn, and Tuco says, "Shut your mouth." And I was like, wait a minute. That's a reference to when he does that with Walt and Jesse, and then he kills him.
That was so. Oh my
God,
that was an intense scene.
So I guess that's maybe they showed you the past, like, oh, maybe this guy's spoken out and just he doesn't listen to Tuco, and Tuco just snapped one time and just fucking pummeled him to death. So.
Yeah, and also he was on Walter White's meth as well, so.
Right, yeah, he was all cooked up and.
Yeah, he was tight. As I finally got the reference to that tweet.
Yeah, so obviously I'm gonna assume that Tuco, he might be in the background, but I don't think he's gonna be like an actual relevant thing for now. You're probably not going to see Raymond Cruz, I think, is the actor. I don't think you're going to see him in many more episodes of Better Call Saul. So I think Bosch will probably take his place as he's like the representative of Tuco's gang, I'd say.
Yeah, so they'll focus on him more because Tuco was already focused on in Breaking Bad. So yeah, I'm assuming.
So they do want to establish all these new characters. So what do you think is going to happen in the next episode? I'm going to assume that Saul's probably going to take the offer. And we'll start.
He's definitely going to take the offer. We just don't know when.
I think he'll go through a period of denial where he won't want to take it, and then he'll get to the point.
Maybe Chuck might talk him into it or something.
Yeah, maybe he'll talk to Chuck about it. Do you think he'll be comfortable with talking to his brother about it?
He's the better, lawyer brother, seems. But we'll have to wait and see what's going on. But then I didn't even realize this, but I'm wondering if Mike's going to play another significant role. Like maybe this will be whenever they start going, their relationship builds further than just, oh, you're the guy that collects the tickets and stickers.
Right. Because we know that he has military background and that he's highly capable as a hitman. So like he can't just be a parking attendant for this series.
Yeah, and there is a scene that was released before any episode came out where basically Saul cracks. He gets so pissed and he tries to confront Mike, and then Mike he puts him in an arm lock and puts him to the ground. Yeah, that scene hasn't played out in an episode yet, so I feel like that's gonna be in an episode. So be on the lookout for that, anybody, in episodes 3, 4, continuing onward.
Because by the time we get to Breaking Bad, Saul and Mike have a good understanding, and Saul uses Mike for
they're in a business relationship
for work. So obviously, somewhere in this series, they will be connected and be along that line of work. So
yeah. Do you think that this whole scheme that they're going to do, this whole trying to get this money from the rich guy, do you think this will play through the entire series, or do you think this is just one section of some of the stuff that Saul has to go through in the series?
I think it's definitely gonna be a major component that's gonna play out, but
it'll be a major component, but I think it'll only be a section because I think it.
Maybe it'll be like the first season.
Maybe it'll almost be like Walt's heist. You know how Walt had his heists that he'd do with Jesse, like stealing the what was it? They had to steal some.
Yeah, the big barrel of like.
Yes.
Yes. That was a funny episode.
Yes.
Rolling that fucking barrel.
Or the one where they used the magnet to wipe all the data from the fucking computer, like those kind of heists, those kind of things. I think it'll be like that. But like I don't think Vince likes to do that where he stays on like something for so long and drag it out. I think he likes to kind of progress the plot with something we know and then catch us off guard sometimes where we're not expecting it, like the last episode at the end. So
yeah.
But so reviews for this, scores that you might give.
I'll give it another 9.
Another 9.
I'm liking it.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna give it a 9 as well. I mean, I know that obviously we're just getting into the meat of the story here, but I think it's establishing the series well, and it's giving us comedy. It's accomplishing many areas of entertainment at the same time within a short span of time, and I do definitely respect that. And it's progressing things. I don't feel like I'm just sitting there watching and just being bored. So I feel like the action's just staying. Especially the Tuco thing, it set the action to a new level. And
yeah, like every scene was memorable. We haven't forgotten a single scene basically from the entire episode, and that shows just how the level of quality is in that show. That every single scene has a purpose and is significant in some way.
Yep.
But okay, in terms of my score, I'll probably bump mine up to 9. I'd say because my criticisms of the last episode have been satisfied. Again, Vince Gilligan knows best. He never leaves anything behind. Like any worries that you have, it's always just being fulfilled. So I'm pretty glad that we're finally getting some side characters established. Like I like the addition of Boss. I like where it's going. Where we now have like a goal. It's pretty early on. We're only episode 2, and we already have our first big goal set. So I'm looking forward to see where it goes.
I see. Yeah, well, this is the first time we all agree on a score, but because usually with The Walking Dead, Jack and I almost
I'm changing to like an 8.99.
Yeah, Jack and I usually always have the same score for The Walking Dead. You usually have the same opinions on it, to be honest. But now that we have the first triple similar score here, I guess that's it's good, and we all agree where the series is going. So that'll be good. And so next Monday will be...
next week we have to wait 6 days for the next episode.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
We're going to go through some withdrawals before then. We might have Monday off again, so who knows?
Oh, Jesus
fucking
Christ.
Christ.
Yeah, if anyone lives on the East Coast, you feel our pain of the United States.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but that's neither here nor there. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you noticed, I had to change the intro music a little bit. I don't know if I'm still going to get copyright nonsense, because I did get a third-party claim. If you can believe this, third-party music in fucking Better Call Saul. It was from Fallout 3. I put it in the intro of the video, and it got a third-party claim. Oh, the American Orchestra of... It's like, wait a minute, you don't own that. That was fucking made for Fallout. Like, you fucking morons. Like, oh my god. But you know what? I didn't delete the video, because just like Saul, I have rights, and I defended them, so...
Boy.
Yes.
I should. When your video is getting unfairly copyright strikes, better call Saul.
Yes. Yes, I will call Saul if I have to take YouTube to court. Yes. So, all right. See you guys. Thank you for reviewing it with me, and see you next week.
Should we?